Okay.
So Joseph, about the concourse, it's now completely over. We're
It
now.
Yeah, it had to be because the certs expired.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be a more gradual thing, and it became a turn it all off, turn it all on.
Yeah.
Go
The
ahead.
search is that's
Yeah.
basically a bi-monthly thing nowadays.
The new pipeline will, as soon as I figure out how to deploy it. We copied over some jobs that automatically rotate the certs every month, so you're just always happening automatically, and it's fairly good at this point because we've been suffering through those scripts for 2 years, and they're actually correct now. So
yeah, for the K8s, it was also rather simple to automate, but I never got to it.
The one thing, bats are currently failing. I'm pretty sure it has something to do with firewall rules in GCP and the new network that Terraform spun up. I didn't use the default network. It spun up a new one just because that's what the Terraform script I had did. So maybe that was a mistake, but yeah, I don't know. One of the BOSH directors that gets spun up is having a problem talking to the VM. So I think it's just a firewall rule thing.
That's just a firewall internet work within GCP where I set up a network where we can could from the concourse workers to the BOSH director because it's a different
different subnets.
different VPC and subnets, I think.
Yeah, initially I could get from concourse to the workers to the new directors on their new subnets just fine. Those directors on those subnets didn't have internet access, so uploading stem cell was a horrible disaster. I fixed that, and then I fixed it so that those things have access within their subnets, but still not working. So there's some other thing I need to get on there and see what it's trying to access and what network it's in.
Okay.
So how was this all bootstrap? Did you use Bubble or was it something else?
We just copied over the Terraform scripts that we've been using at VMware and create Jumpbox, create director, deploy concourse.
Where's the state stored?
In a GCP bucket. There's 2 scripts that they're in a branch right now. They'll probably today be in the infrastructure repo that connect you to the BOSH director and its cred hub or the concourse cred hub so that you can get access and do stuff.
Which infrastructure repo? Because is it a new repo? Do we need to add it to
it's the same as
it's the same
one for setting up the K8's concourse. I still need to tear down
but
the
then
Kubernetes cluster, but
wasn't there something Kubernetes like in the name of the repo? Does that name of the repo still make sense?
There's the word stem cell in there, which isn't great, but nothing Kubernetes. BOSH community stem cell CI infra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was its original purpose. Now there's more stuff in there.
Nice naming things. Yeah.
I didn't like the word stem cell in there, so in most of the concourse jobs, I just left that out as far as the resource that I fetch, and I've greatly regretted that as I've had to like change it in so many spots. And I'm like, oh no, that's not the path.
Oh.
So maybe removing that from the name at some point would be beneficial, at least.
Yeah, we will just rename that repo in the end.
I mean, I think you can just create a PR to the community repo to rename it, and then we probably have to actually do it. As in, the automation will not rename it. I think it will just create a new one, and then we delete the newly created one and move the old one to the new place.
Okay.
That should work.
I think I have full admin rights, so I can do it immediately, but I can do it
on that repo. Yeah, no, but like the automation will get really upset. It will create
I'll lose access or something.
Yeah, if you move it now, it will create that repo again in the same place. And then the redirect will not work anymore, so it's gonna be horrible. So don't do that. Like first do the automation part, then we get a new one with a new name, and then we delete that one while the automation is asleep. Because it sleeps for 4 hours, or I don't know what it's doing. It takes a long time to run, so you have a window of opportunity to quickly delete it, move it, and then it will all be fine.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yes. Now it's on me, like I'm sharing my screen. I was waiting for you all to start talking. Yes. PRs. Um, this one has been open for a while. Where are we at? Wait, what am I looking at?
You are deep in a rabbit hole. Bosch Utils does something that doesn't work on Windows that the Bosch CLI uses that they're trying to use and creating a virtual box on Windows.
Yeah, they tried to support Windows for VirtualBox, but and now they have like these. There is a specific Bosch CLI thing where they trying to read something out, but it's broken on Windows. Apparently,
We're just panicking if it's Windows.
Which
Yeah.
like use isolated env. It doesn't even look like that important of a thing. It's like don't use any env variables. Let me create a new set of env variables. It's like, you know, using the system ones rather than wiping them all out, or rather than panicking, seems preferable here.
Yeah, but it's basically we don't support Windows, so
But for a dumb reason.
yeah, that's true.
I think we should delete those lines.
Do we support something like with the Bosch CLI supporting Windows nowadays? I don't even know.
As far as I know. I don't know if many people run it there, but
And this
Probably, I
this
think
line
it's more
doesn't
like
make sense at all.
this is more about the Bosch create env stuff, right?
Yeah,
And the Bosch create env stuff, like I don't know if any CPIs work on Windows. I think that's more like there probably up till now weren't that many CPIs that actually wanted to work on Windows.
yeah, I kind of wonder if the VirtualBox CPI even works on Windows.
That's what they're trying to fix, right?
I don't think it will work because the VirtualBox integration on the WSL is a horrible experience, probably.
We do cut Windows binaries for the Bosch CLI. I don't know if
Okay.
anybody's
Yeah, but that
downloaded
makes
them,
but
they
that makes
exist.
sense, right? Like, so if you just want to interact with a director, like that makes sense from Windows.
But a create env, there's a lot of bash in those CPIs.
Yeah, VirtualBox is basically all bash. And that's because the VirtualBox does not have a the output. You can only basically they're just using the VirtualBox CLI instead of the APIs.
Oh,
Did Connie actually look at this? No, right? Connie has
not
not looked
recently.
at it,
No.
but a lot of people have looked at this.
Yeah, and the only thing we're talking about here now is like unable to test it on Windows, which yeah, that's out of band.
Yeah, it didn't work on Windows before, anyways. So it's not something that.
Yeah, I feel like this one can be merged. Who submitted this?
Yes, Jovan and Pascal. Basically, it's a
Collab.
collab.
Collab. Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna need a release of this. Do we already have CI for this set up, or still not?
9. We have a CI. It's called Long.
Yeah,
CI.
a long CI. Yeah, it's really nice. Is there like CI files in here?
No, we made it manual because I think I did it the last in June. I think I think I made that release. Oh no, it's long.
It was long. Do you have access to the credentials needed for pushing blobs?
I don't think so.
I mean, I think we're now at the point where we have had to cut 3 releases manual, right? Oh, look at that. No, that was not me.
Yeah, you also released one. Yep.
So we might as well want to spend some time on actually automating a release here. I mean, it can even be GitHub Actions, right? But just is there?
There's no CI directory at all. There's nothing.
Are there integration tests even, or is it just unit tests?
I don't think so.
Or tests at all.
Are there tests? No, there are tests. There are tests. I mean,
Wait, that's not a test.
No, that's not a test.
That's the suite.
Um,
Well, there are some tests. Okay.
the local runner test. But the rest is suites, right?
No. It's only one suite. The other ones are.
No.
No, it is. Look.
SSH runner
Suite.
and local runner
Oh, yeah,
are
those
the only two
ones.
test files I see.
And stem cell suite test.
Oh, really?
No, that's the suite again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this local runner and SSH runner, those are the
Suite,
only
suite,
ones
suite.
that are.
Oh. Yeah.
Hmm.
Not a lot
Seems
of
thoroughly tested.
Yes, that's real thorough. What's the other one? I'm okay. This
We can also not really do a full integration test or something.
no, I mean like there's nothing of that sort. Like this is
When we start breaking stuff because of all the PRs, we can start backfilling tests to cover those broken things.
yeah, but I mean like just the pipeline to be able to cut a release, I think would be useful so that we
Great
don't
news,
have to.
only one box.
It's only one box. Yeah. That would be useful.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's see. Okay.
We get Long to do it. He's got the creds.
That's true.
I just take LastPass. There's nothing in there with the name VirtualBox. Oh wait, is it using Git LFS for the blobs?
Oh, is it? Did we do that? Probably.
Bad news. We all have the creds.
That sounds like a thing I did. Final blobs. Yeah, that kind of looks like it, right?
There's a Git attributes file, yeah.
It was long.
So importantly, if you do automate this, make sure whatever container you're running the create final release in and the put, you have Git LFS installed. Otherwise, terrible things happen, as we have learned.
Nope. Okay. I will take care of that later.
Probably mismanaged with email
Yeah,
or something.
Not worth investigating much more. Yeah, we looked at this.
Yeah. Will we just remove it?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
is it going to accomplish anything if we remove it?
yes, that's what I like. He could just like try it locally, right? Like remove it and test if that actually takes him any further with VirtualBox.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, he changed like this is the same person that changed the or fixed the VirtualBox CPI to begin with.
Right.
So I don't like.
We believe he could build a copy of the Bosch CLI.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any crazy dependencies there.
Yeah.
It's not like building a Bosch agent. No, agent's fine. Stem build, it's terrible.
Something like that.
Is the word other in there confusing? There's no other, like if there's any CPIs, right?
I mean, like they are at least VirtualBox at least is trying to. I mean, that's I think what they're trying to do.
Right.
That was the part.
Oh, given that there are no other, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Once again, our repo that we have no context on. Greg back from vacation yet? Greg back from vacation yet?
I don't believe so. I will point him to the community issue. It was a PR, right? Something to do with CF, CLI.
Third one? Oh no, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's multiple. I also created a duplicate one, I think.
Yeah.
But this is the one with the most contacts.
The owners are gone. Please pick up.
No, that's on the wish list.
Yeah, it's on the
I
wish
think.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that. I would say open for contribution. Keep it there. What's the last that we did this?
Oh, I totally missed this.
Oh.
Because I haven't checked my email in at least 3 days.
Yes, that would be a problem.
Bad certificates.
Yeah,
Maybe
if
the
Nats
teams.
cannot communicate, it's all over.
I'm impressed because like getting that error seems really hard. Like Bosch Create Env like makes all these certs for you, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
unless you provide your own CA stuff. There are some override ops files.
Yeah.
If you don't do them properly.
this is not the error you get when you change the IP address, right? Because that like sometimes then you have to regenerate. I think you get something about a host mismatch or something. Because I think that one can happen, like especially when you're iterating on this.
It could be. Well,
Or maybe
yeah.
it could be bad certificate, the error bad certificate host mismatch, but he just did not add that there.
It could be.
Then we need to open zip and then we need to properly check the whole thing. But
I can take a look at this today.
Okay.
Most likely this is it's either going to be, can you tell us what command you're running, or can you remove your var store?
Yeah.
didn't he have it up in the top of the where he provided?
Oh, did he have the command?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he doesn't have weird ops files.
I don't know what the resource pool one is. That one's kind of concerning. That's like one of those ones that's left over from the before times, I think. I'll take a look at that and see if it's anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't expect that to cause that error. Like I
No.
would like the resource pool to error out earlier. If that were the problem. Okay.
And it's also not the complete command that he's running.
Well, he is. He just like the.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
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 There's nothing else. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you all for joining.
I have one question actually.
Oh, sorry.
And so yeah, so our team want to monitor the Bosch API endpoint requests a number, for example, and we find in the Bosch IO documentation, so we can get the number from the Prometheus metrics. So I can paste this link in the chat. So yeah, I pasted the link in the chat. So in the documentation, if you scroll down, yes, so it's announced that the metrics server serves two endpoints, which is metrics and slash metrics. So a little bit up in the middle of your screen, it's actually exactly slash metrics and the slash API metrics. And yeah, currently it exposes the following metrics. And the last one was generic API metrics for the director's endpoints, including number of requests and the response time. So that's what we actually need. But we tested the two endpoints. And when we call the metrics endpoint, it will only return the requested number, so the number of the requests and the response time of that metrics endpoint. So it will not give me the number of requests to, for example, the /info, /deployments, and /VMS, those endpoints. So I'm not sure whether here the documentation is wrong, or if it's wrong, then can I get the number somewhere else?
This might have broken. I can take a look. Might be helpful if you opened an issue on the Bosch director that I could respond to, but I know we had to change, was it because of, I think it was because of Event Machine. We had to get rid of Thin and move to Puma as a backing web server. And that meant it was now multi-process rather than multi-threaded, which meant that the metrics, you couldn't actually collect metrics from the whole app. You could only get it for the one process. We might have lost some of the metrics when that happened. I can dig in and see if that's true. I don't remember seeing the total request metrics when we did that, but that might be a problem.
Okay, good to know. Yes, I will create an issue ticket in the Bosch report. Okay, thanks.
I think this is also like a thing that's still blocking the cloud controller move to Puma, right? They have something similar going on.
Wow, really? They had like a fork like 18 months, 2 years ago that they were working on. And when I did a rotation over there, and that's what we were working on at that time, and it was like, yeah, this is gonna break some stuff. They had to readjust their metrics, I think, change them to, well, I forget what they did. Yeah, they had some terrible plans. Actually, none of them were done. They were like, these are all the bad ideas we have to solve this problem, and none of them are good. But yeah, that's generally a problem with metrics like these once you move to Puma, I think. But yeah, I can see what happened to that endpoint. If that's a story, there's probably no fix for it, but there could be another issue.
Yeah, there's probably no easy fix, but like maybe look in the cloud controller. Like at least these people, they have looked into this way more than we have.
What was the reason again why we removed Event Machine? Was it too old? It was not updated anymore, right?
It was abandoned. Yeah, it like didn't work with like Ruby 3 something for some reason, and they just decided to all the maintainers left rather than fix it, if it was even fixable. I don't know what the backing reasons were.
Did we already get rid of it, Event Machine?
Yeah. No. Mostly.
Right.
Mostly gotten rid of. There's some reason we still have it. I forget. But like you have like a fork of it, like checked into the Bosch directory.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
I did horrible things to that, like to get the Ruby 3.0 stuff to work. Like they did all the Ruby 3.0 fixes in Event Machine, and then they failed to cut a release. So we're still like on. So the master branch of Event Machine has all the Ruby, is compatible with 3.0, but nobody cared to sign off on it and put their name on it, I guess. So.
But we did already switch from Thin to Puma, I think, as part of the let's get off of it. And then I forget why we couldn't get off of it. Was it Nats? Might have been Nats. I think it was Nats.
I think, Nats. Yeah, we need an alternative for async stuff, right?
I mean, the director already has workers that are separate processes that it communicates through via delayed job.
Sure, but like within a worker, you still have like the evented stuff. Like you get multiple messages from different instances.
I don't know how that code works.
You need something to handle asynchronous work. That's what Event Machine is used for. And like Ruby 3.0 has like native support for those things, or like they have abstractions for that, but we need to switch to those.
I think whatever was blocking us, there was a hard blocker. It wasn't like, oh, we can re-implement this. It was, that's a library we depend upon that depends upon Event Machine. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess there is a gem file.lock right here.
I mean, in the Bosch director.
Bosch director, Bosch monitor, EM HTTP request, EM Soxify. Thin. Wait, we still have Thin. Wait a second. Oh, good news for the metrics. We're not on Puma. We still have Thin. Oh no, we have both.
Oh, nice. Do you want to share your screen?
I mean, it's just a log file. Thin Bosch. Oh, Bosch Nats. Oh, that's confusing. Why we would use that there? That's new.
At least we have tested the /info and /vms. So and /releases for those Bosch utils, and they will access the Puma server, but maybe Matrix is another endpoint.
Yeah, this kind of looks like a mess we haven't fully cleaned up, given that we have Thin and Puma, but could use another pass. Probably get some of those items out of the S-bomb at some point.
I think like using multiple web servers make everything faster, right?
It's like
you want
HA,
more of
right?
them. Yeah, yeah.
One
you
web
want
server
more of
dies, you
them.
got another one. Oh. All right, that's weird. That will, yeah. At some point we should get rid of the machine, but given the number of things touching it right now, I don't know how.
Thanks all for joining. Wow. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Thanks.
Yo, see ya.